It's been a lot of work, but Buzz Park is all cleaned up. There's only one thing missing now. So, I got an email from a friend who asked a very simple question. Since you're going with all new equipment, why not go with packaged bees as compared to a nuke? Well, it's a simple question, but it has a very complicated answer. When you buy a package of bees, you're going to get a few pounds of bees in a box from one or more hives, and you're going to get a queen cage with a queen in it, and you're going to be putting it into a hive. Well, when you have new equipment, you don't have any drawn comb in that hive. It's all just foundation. So you're really starting off with a disadvantage. First of all, the bees themselves haven't seen any brood in a while because they've had no comb, and that tends to make them a little judgmental of the queen, which hasn't really been introduced to them yet. Bees are very judgmental of their queen. If they feel that she's not laying good brood, they'll try to supersede her or replace her. And if they feel that she's laying so much brood that the hive is overcrowded and all the cells are full of brood, they'll want to swarm and create a new colony. And unfortunately, you trigger off both responses by putting packaged bees into a hive that doesn't have any drawn comb. The bees have already been on the road for a couple of days, and you're going to put them in that hive. It's going to be a few more days before they have any comb drawn out that the queen can even lay in. And when she starts laying eggs, she's going to quickly fill up whatever comb they have available. In addition, it takes about 20 days for a bee to evolve into an adult bee, from the time the egg is laid till the time the bee actually emerges as an adult. So you have almost a month now between the time the bees were shook into the cage at the farm and the first new brood starts emerging. Bees work very well as nurse bees when they are very young. They lose the ability to produce wax, and they lose the instinct to take care of larvae after they've been an adult for a while. So, 30 days down the line now, these bees that have started to age a little bit are now trying to raise the larva and take care of the hive duties when they should be out foraging. So it just puts the hive out of balance. You're better off with a nuke, where you have basically the nucleus of a hive. You have brood of all ages. You have a queen that is the mother of the brood that's on the comb, and you'll have a fresh supply of nurse bees coming out as the bees hatch out of their comb. So you're sticking 5 frames from an existing hive, a nucleus hive, into your hive. So there's drawn out comb, and it just works out a lot better. So when would you use packaged bees and why? Well, packaged bees are a lot less expensive than buying a nucleus because there's a lot more involved in maintaining a miniature hive and selling it to someone. We're in the Northeast, and we have longer, colder winters, and hives do die, or I should say colonies do die during the winter time. Sometimes they just go into the winter as too small a colony. Sometimes there's just too much of a die out, or if it's a long winter, the bee cluster may get so small that they can't maintain heat. So you end up with a hive that has everything in it. It has drawn comb, it probably has pollen stores, it probably has honey, but doesn't have any bees. Well, that's when you would buy a package of bees to replace those bees. You can put it in there. The queen has fresh comb to start laying in, and it's still a little bit not as solid as if you were going with a nucleus hive, but chances are it'll do just fine. So if you're starting off with brand new equipment, you probably want to go with a nucleus hive, Nucs as they're called. And if you're replacing bees that existed before in a colony that has died, you probably want to go with packaged bees. So that's why we chose Nucs because the equipment's new.